Come and get your lollipops. Lollipops. Come along, my little ones. Lollipops. Ice cream, chocolate, all free today.
Listen.
Come along, children. Lollipop.
What's that?
Children, where are you? I know you're here somewhere. I've lots of lovely goodies for you.
Jeremy, you mustn't.
Lollipops. And all free today. Cherry pies, cream puffs, ice cream, treacle tarts.
Treacle tarts and ice creams and all free.
Come along, kitty winkies.
Come on. But Jeremy, Trudy said we mustn't be to get Trudy some as well. Come on. Mr. Man!
Kinga, come by!
Hey, wait!
Children, come back here.
Wait!
Come along, my little dears, my little mice. Come to me. What will it be? Ice cream?
Yes, ice cream!
Strawberry,
Strawberry,
chocolate?
yes,
It's all inside.
Oh,
Come
please,
along, my little dears. Step inside, not a baby.
Go inside, my little dears.
Robert Morris, the founding pastor of Gateway Church in Southlake, as you see, being led away here in handcuffs, headed to jail after pleading guilty in his Oklahoma child sex abuse criminal case. With that, we say thanks for joining us here at 4 for CBS News Texas. I'm Nicole Baker.
And I'm Ken Molestina. Karen is off today. Robert Morris's guilty plea stems from allegations of abuse of a 12-year-old girl 4 decades ago. That victim now in her 50s. Morris was charged with lewd or indecent acts with a child.
Our Andrea Lucia was inside the courtroom today in Oklahoma. Andrea, can you bring us up to speed right now?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. This is stunning. Robert Morris, the founder of one of our country's largest churches and a former spiritual advisor to President Trump, has been sentenced to 10 years. The first 6 months he will serve behind bars here in Osage County. The remaining 9.5 years will likely be served as probation. He will have to register as a sex offender as part of this. We have been covering this criminal case since March, when Morris was indicted on 5 counts of lewd or indecent acts with a child for molesting a young girl here in Oklahoma 4 decades ago. He faced up to 20 years in prison for each of those 5 charges. But today's plea came as part of a deal that will limit his time behind bars and allows him to serve the probation that will follow in Dallas. Now, cameras weren't allowed inside the courtroom, but I was one of the few reporters who was inside watching as this all happened. The room was packed with friends and family of the victim, Cindy Clemishire. As you mentioned, she was 12 years old when the abuse began. She is now a grandmother in her 50s. Both she and her sister had a chance to address Morris in court before he was taken away in handcuffs. They talked about how his actions affected their family. Cindy was in tears listening to her sister speak first and tell Morris that his legacy will be one of pedophilia, of betrayal, of lies, of shame. We then saw Cindy get up and talk about how this has affected her life, how she has been in therapy for many years, feeling ashamed of what had happened, blaming herself for what had happened. It has taken her until now to really come to terms with the fact that she is not at fault at all. She told him as part of her statement that even if he never understands the truth or accepts the truth, the state of Oklahoma does. Very powerful words from her.
Plea, a stunning scene, Andrea, to see him walk away there in handcuffs. You were there, as you mentioned, in the courtroom when this was happening. And the idea of Cindy Clemenger throughout this entire thing has been very measured. She seems to have kept her composure the entire time. Can you describe what the mood was like today? Was it tense? Did that change at all?
Oh, I mean, we certainly saw tears when her sister got up and spoke. We saw her family's emotional reaction. Her parents were there. Her siblings were there. Definitely an emotional reaction. But, I think she is relieved that it has come to this. She said, two of the things that she really wanted was acknowledgement of what happened to her. She feels like she's finally getting some of that. She also said she wants her childhood back, but she knows she's never going to get that. But she seemed ready for what happened. She seemed a bit relieved. On the other hand, we were watching, the other side of the courtroom. Robert Morris had his family here as well. And I wasn't sure if he was going to be arrested today. I wasn't sure how this hearing was going to end. But as he went from family member to family member, giving them hugs, he took a moment to give his wife a kiss before the hearing began. It certainly started to become clear that he was anticipating it might be a while before he saw them again.
And that was exactly the case. As you reported earlier on the stream, Andrea, he was quickly put into handcuffs and taken out of the courtroom there, presumably to begin that 6-month.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rachaha Kodash. Double honors to the head apostle, and elders of Great Millstone who will well and teach well. Now, as you saw in the video clip that I put in, this pastor, Robert Morris of the Gateway Church, which was looking at 20 years for these child abuse crimes, he entered into a plea and will only have to do 6 months in jail. Now, you so-called Christians, is this justice? And we're seeing more and more that there's a double standard when it comes to these church pastors, these preachers, and these priests that get caught up dealing with the laws of the land. Let's go to Matthew chapter 7 and 15. It says, "Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves." A lot of these church pastors and priests, they're involved in Esau's trafficking organizations, and these church houses, these temples, these church buildings are ultimately set up as a veil and set up for Esau to do his wickedness under the umbrella of Christianity, under the umbrella of Roman Catholicism. Just do your research for yourself. Now, with a self-proclaimed street apologist, Vocab Malone, touch on this topic? Will he do a video on Robert Morris? We know he won't. Let's read that again. Matthew 7 and 15. It says, "Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves." 6 months in prison is crazy work. I don't even think you can go to prison for 6 months. I think you can only go to jail for 6 months. Okay? So there's definitely a double standard that is set in the land concerning these church pastors and these priests who are consistently and constantly getting caught up in particular acts like you heard in this news report. Let's get one more scripture. I'm not going to make this video too long. Let's go to Psalm 73. And let's start to the top. I'm going to read down, start from the top. I'm going to read down to verse 12. This is Psalm 73 and 1. "Truly Yahweh is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart. But as for me, my feet were almost gone. My steps had well nigh slipped. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked." And the wicked is prospering. Okay? They're able to do certain things that the average person is not able to do. Moreover, they're able to do such things that outside the law, so to speak, commit certain acts, commit certain crimes, which they're immune to going to jail, to going to prison, to getting convicted ultimately. It says, verse 4, For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. If this was a regular, your average Joe Smo was caught up in these particular acts and these particular crimes, was brought up on these particular charges, there's no way that a plea would even have been brought to the table for 6 months or less jail time. Okay? It says they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore, pride compasses them about as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment. You know, and Esau's secret organizations and his secret groups, okay, his trafficking groups, the more you know, the better it is for you, especially when you get caught up and you see something like this. Okay, it says, therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness, they have more than their heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lawfully. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. Therefore his people return hither, and waters of a full cup are wrung out to them. And they say, how doth Yahweh know, and is there knowledge in the Most High? And where's the outrage? Where's the protest? You know, which we don't condone any type of protesting. You know, but these people are so quick to protest on issues that, you know, are irrelevant and non-important. But when something comes up that is important, that is of relevance, so to speak, these people are nowhere to be seen, especially when it deals with the Christian church, especially when it deals with the black church, and especially when it deals with the Roman Catholic Church, right? You don't see people protesting. You don't see people surrounding this particular jail or courtroom where this man was sentenced and is soon to, you know, go serve his 6 months of quick time, right? It says, and they say, how doth Yahweh know, and is there knowledge in the Most High? Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world, they increase in riches. And I'll leave the link in the description box as well to this video that I put in. Lord willing, that was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rachaha Kodash. Double honors to the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. To the next time, Shalom.